I think it was really respectful of him to tell the women, the situation that he was in and the things that he had said and the things that he had done before they made a decision to continue on.
Clayton's big finale. I'm sure you've been, like you said, you've been following along, and he's kind of dug himself a bit of a hole. I mean, how do you feel he handled this situation, and how can any of these relationships move forward if they can at all?
Oh my gosh, such a complex, question that I don't even know if I have the answers to. And I don't want to dive too deep into it because,
of course,
there's so much that I feel like that we don't see. But I was kind of like, I was feeling really upset with Clayton that he did that. And I, the week prior to last week, I just felt so bad. And I was like, what are you doing? Some things you just need to, keep to yourself, even if you feel like you're feeling them, words have meaning and all that. But I actually feel like this week, I feel like he did the right thing in communicating, although he didn't do it perfectly because he left out kind of a big detail of that he loved someone the most, which is, he should have probably, included that aspect of it. But I think it was really respectful of him to tell the women, the situation that he was in and the things that he had said and the things that he had done before they made a decision to continue on. I know specifically on my season, I was not given that same information before making a really big decision. And that was the problem that I had very much so coming off the shows. I just felt like I just made a huge decision without, information that I feel like I deserve to know. And that, I felt almost like a little bit tricked in a way, or like everyone, who had an opportunity to tell me, whether it was producers or the lead of the show, no one told me. So I felt pretty bummed out. And that's a really hard place to start a relationship with and, build a relationship on when you never really had a firm foundation to begin with. So hopefully, I think now that they have the information, I don't know, it'll be so interesting to see what happens tonight, because I have no idea. Everyone keeps saying that tonight's even crazier than last night. So I don't know where this is going.
I don't know where this is going either. But do you kind of feel like, I know he said that, real world rules don't sometimes apply when you are shooting the show. Do you agree with that?
I mean, honestly, no, I kind of disagree. Obviously, it's a different setting in that you're dating everyone and they all know each other and they all know that you're dating them. But, I feel like, for instance, when Kris and I first started hanging out, we weren't exclusive right off the bat. We were just dating and having fun. And I was talking to other people and there was like knowledge of that. But I still feel like I had a certain respect for Kris. And I still feel like even when I would go on other dates with people, in the back of my head, I was always thinking about Kris. Like I couldn't say anything that would disrespect Kris. I couldn't do anything that would disrespect Kris, even though he would have never known. It was like in my heart. He almost like had my heart, even though he didn't know it yet. So I still think that even though if you're in that situation, I would assume that you still should maintain a certain level of respect for the people that you are dating and in a relationship with. And also, I just feel like it should be common sense. Like, it's probably going to be a really hard place to start out on day one when you've told other people that you love them or have been intimate. So I know everyone's split on that topic, but I feel like most real life dating rules should still apply.
Right. No, totally. But you do make a good point. It's like, is it better not knowing or is it better knowing after the fact? Because like either way, you're starting the relationship on rocky ground.
On a heart, sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
No,
I agree.
Yeah, advice for Clayton kind of coming off of this show. And like you said, I feel like he's probably going to leave single. So advice for
poor
him.
guy. I was like so angry 2 weeks ago and now I'm like, poor Clayton. Like, I feel like it is such an emotional roller coaster, even for the viewer. But I just feel like, yeah, at least he was honest with, people. And I can only imagine just how embarrassing it was to have to say that to the women that he cares about, but then also knowing that the whole world is listening to that. So good on him for saying that and being honest. And hopefully he'll just, all you can do is learn, right? Like all of these experiences, even my experience on The Bachelor, totally prepared me and led me to where the person that I was when I met my now husband. So hopefully he can just keep that in mind and know that all of the struggles and hard times and lowest of lows will only make you stronger and will hopefully lead you to your future wife if it is that he ends up single.
Yeah, definitely. Do you have any regrets from the show? I mean, obviously it led you to kind of where you are today, but and looking back, do you have any regrets?
No, I don't have any regrets. No, not at all, actually. I feel like, in fact, I actually was thinking about this last night. I feel like I want to go give like 25-year-old me just a big hug. Because I feel like actually for never having been in that situation, even though I made mistakes along the way and in some really dark times, like I said and did things that I wish I wouldn't have, I feel like overall, I like want to give myself a hug. So I'm like, you actually handled that really well, like for your age and for not knowing what you were getting into. So no regrets. I met wonderful people throughout the process. I would not have met my husband had I not gone on the show, because we met in a really unique situation and in an environment that I wouldn't have been at if I was still on the airplane serving Diet Cokes. At least in my head, I don't think we would have met. So it definitely opened a lot of doors. I get to work from home and be with my son. And I honestly, no, I don't have one single regret. I'm very thankful.
So you're working on the fashion line. Tell me all about it. You have a new collection out March 21st. So tell me all about it.
Next Monday. So our spring collection with Sonoma for Kohl's launches on Monday, the 21st. I could not be more excited. Everything is incredibly easy to wear. I'm actually wearing one of the dresses. Machine washable, lightweight, comfortable. I feel like last spring and summer, especially having like a baby bump, I lived in like flowy dresses. And even though I don't have a bump this year, I plan on doing the exact same thing because they're incredibly comfortable. It's a great, easy way to add a little bit of color to your closet. I used to be the queen of neutrals, I feel like, and I've definitely started adding more color to my wardrobe, and it's been so much fun. So there's this beautiful tangerine color, lavender, fun prints like you can see me wearing now. And everything's $36 to $74. So super attainable, and then size inclusive. So it goes from extra small to 2X. So hopefully there will be something for everyone.